Now, if your intention is to reach for the best feeling thought that you can find, and you have found the relief, don't let somebody tell you that it isn't. You know that it is, but now don't give up on your quest to reach for a better feeling. Keep reaching. And so in order to survive in joy, you've got to find a way to be in charge of how you feel. You've got to show yourself that even with all of this happening, that you can focus in a way that makes you feel terrible, or you can focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible. And if you focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible, then you can focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible. And if you can focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible, you can focus in a way that makes you feel less terrible. Until before you know it, you don't feel so terrible. You can train yourself into a vibration of such perfection that law of attraction will match you up only with those things that are a vibrational match to who you are. But you got to start somewhere. And most importantly, you must stop beating up on yourself for wherever you are, because wherever you are is just fine. It's only a temporary place and you can move from it. You've got to stop saying what I'm doing is inappropriate. You've got to stop beating up on yourself about where you are and start appreciating what is going well about where you are. If your new mantra is, I'm going to start beating the drum that feels better. I'm going to start making the best of things, making the best of things, making the best of things. So something happens, you observe it, you take the hit, it doesn't feel good, and then you are embarrassed because you have negative emotion. Do you feel embarrassment when your gas tank indicator tells you that you're on empty? Or do you just go get some more gas? You don't condemn your indicator for telling you that you need more fuel. And we want you to stop condemning your indicator that's telling you need more connection to source energy. In other words, that's all it's telling you. Something you're focused on right now is not a vibrational match to who you really are. You might want to fill up with some better feeling thoughts so that you are more of a match to who you really are. You are in charge of the thoughts that you think, and you are in the charge of the way you feel. And once you discover that, once you say, I'm in charge, once you're mad on purpose, once you have convinced yourself that you've chosen the thought of anger, then you know that you can choose the thought of frustration. And oh, what a lovely thought that will be. We want you to take control of your thinking, and we want you to stop beating up on yourself about where you are at any point in time. And we want you to never lose sight of your goal, which is what? To reach for a thought that feels better. In other words, we want you to stop saying, just for a little while, my goal is ecstasy, or my goal is winning the lottery. Those long jumps that are far from where you are don't serve you as well. My goal is I'm going to feel a little better than I feel right now, and I'm going to stabilize there and pat myself on the back, and then I'm going to keep reaching, and I'm going to reach again, and then I'm going to reach again, and then I'm going to reach again. And when you think about it logically, you have to understand that no matter where I am, no matter how sick or how poor or how in the darkness I am, if it is my intent to reach for a thought that feels better, I'm going to find it. And if it's still my intent to reach for a thought that feels better, I'm going to find it. And if it is still my intent to reach for a thought that feels better, I'm going to find it. And I'm not going to get stuck in Yuma. If I still reach for a thought that feels better, I'm going to find it. And the glorious universe that supports you will show you evidence of where you are every step along the way. Sometimes you don't have very far to go to get feeling how you want to feel. But only you know. Nobody else can set the standards. And you were born with a guidance system to help you be in charge of your journey. Nothing is more important than I feel good. We're going to modify that to say, nothing is more important than that I feel as good as I am capable of feeling. Nothing is more important than that I reach for a better feeling thought. Nothing is more important than that I be aware of how I feel, and that I want to feel good, and that I am willing to reach for a better feeling thought, and that I'm not ever again going to beat up on myself for not being able to get to the goodest, to the goodest, to the goodest, to the goodest, to the goodest of all thoughts. I'll take the goodest thought that I can find, and I'll pat myself on the back, and I'll keep reaching.